We're going to begin this morning with these latest pictures here out of California and the wildfires that are burning there. We know at least 9 people are dead now. There are 3 major wildfires we're talking about, all of them still out of control throughout the state and forcing thousands of people to evacuate.
Heavenly Father, please help us. Please help us to be safe. I'm thankful for Jeremy and his willingness to be brave.
In the north, the Camp Fire has burned nearly 90,000 acres. And you could hear that woman praying as they made it through. And they did, by the way, make it through there. But homes, businesses are just destroyed in the town of Paradise.
In Southern California, the Hill and Woolsey fires have forced nearly 100,000 people to leave their homes. We have several reporters there covering the fires. Let's start with CNN's Kaylee Hartung, who is following the latest. She's in Malibu. Kaylee, what are you learning about that area?
Yeah, well, Victor, overnight, flames could be seen from the Pepperdine campus in the hillside surrounding them. LA County Fire, strike teams, as well as air operations have been working to contain that fire around this campus and in the Malibu area. Pepperdine University tells us everyone is sheltering in place, everyone is safe, and no permanent structures have been damaged. But this campus has been lucky. That is not the case for other areas within the path of these fires. More than 65,000 structures have been lost, and that number, of course, could go up as fire crews get the chance to further assess the damage that's been done. I spoke with a fire commander earlier who explained to me they have a unique window of opportunity right now. The winds have been whipping nonstop, but right now we have a reprieve that should last until tomorrow, where these winds have died down and will allow them to hopefully get the Woolsey fire in particular contained, because right now it stands at 0% containment. Earlier today, when I was speaking with you from north of the Santa Monica Mountains, we were stopped at a police line, fire in our path. We were able to take another route to get down to Malibu, but during that journey through the mountains, you're just struck by the smell of smoke and the thick haze in the air. You can still see that here in Malibu, though we haven't seen any flames since we've made it this close to the coast. Victor and Christy.
All right, good to know. Kaylee Hartung, take good care of yourselves there. Thank you so much. CNN's Dan Simon has been following developments out of Paradise, California, north, of course, of Sacramento. Dan, what are you seeing there?
Well, hi, Christy. This is a community of about 27,000 people, and the entire town of Paradise is gone. Now, that's not an exaggeration. The entire town is gone. I just want to show you sort of a tiny fraction of the kinds of things we are seeing. So you see a lot of cars just sort of strewn along the road here. Take a look at that school bus. It's almost as if the driver just hastily discarded it as he was beginning his morning. Keep in mind, this fire raced through this community about 6 in the morning. Now, in terms of the overall structures, this is the most destructive wildfire in California history, and this just seemingly happened within a span of a couple of hours. You're talking about 6,700 structures. Now, what's remarkable about this particular fire, as we sort of walk around and show you some of the other things we're seeing, is that normally in destructive wildfires, a lot of times the damage can be confined to one particular area. Not so in this particular case. We're talking about 90,000 acres, and it just goes on for miles and miles and miles. And that is what is so remarkable. I've talked to police officers and firefighters, and everybody is basically saying the same thing. They have never seen anything like this. It is just mind-boggling. Christy?
All right, Dan Simon, my goodness, thank you so much for sharing that and showing us what's going on there.
Joining us now on the phone is the mayor of Paradise, California, Jody Jones. Mayor Jones, thank you for being with us. We're going to take right from what Dan Simon just told us, that the entire town is gone now, and go to you with what now?
Well, it's not quite true. The entire town is gone.
Okay.
I would say 80 to 90% of the residential units, the houses are all gone. About 50% of our business district is still there. We still have 2 of the grocery stores that were in town. There were 3, so 1 burned down, but 2 are still there. We still have a Kmart. We still have our town hall. Our post office is still there. And there are other businesses that are still up and running. So it's not true the entire town is gone, and we do intend to rebuild. It's going to be a process, a lot of hard work, a lot of coming together, but we want to see paradise be paradise again.
Mayor Jones, you live there. As we understand it, you lost your home. Members of your
Yes, I
family
did.
lost their home. Help us understand emotionally what this does to you. I know that you have taken a tour of what is there now. Help us understand emotionally what this is like for you to see your home like this.
It's pretty devastating. There really aren't words to describe it, because everything that was your life is gone. All I had was the clothes on my back.
You had to get out that fast?
I was not at home and could not get back there. And my husband was home, but he had to get out that fast. He walked outside, and the house across the street and the one 2 doors down were on fire, and he grabbed our dogs and our cat and left.
Is everybody in your family okay?
Everybody is safe, yes. My sister lost her home. Every person on the Paradise Town Council lost their home. We're just going to have to pull together. We're all in the same boat, so we all know what we're going through, and we're going to come out stronger.
You say that you want paradise to be paradise again. Tell me what that means.
Oh, it's a beautiful town, and it's a small town. It's a friendly town. It's just a wonderful place to live. Everybody knew everybody and looked out for people. There was a lot of community service, and it was just a great place to live. And a lot of the trees are still there. What was really interesting when I was up there, and you probably saw it in the pictures from Dan, the structures are gone, the homes are gone, they're leveled, but the trees are still there. Some of them are scorched, but they look like they'll come back. They're not totally burned.
It is interesting because you're right. I mean, the leaves are still on a lot of these trees that we're looking at right now as we talk to you. When you say that you're going to rebuild, where do you go in the meantime? Do you have any idea what that looks like?
Well, right now we're living in our motorhome in an RV park in Corning.
What about the other residents there? Is there a plan for what to do as you rebuild and where you live in the meantime?
FEMA arrived yesterday, and they will be providing assistance to folks who do not have insurance, including rental assistance, and they help them find places to live. Folks who have insurance, their insurance companies will be helping them. We're looking for a rental right now, somewhere as close as we can get to Paradise. Once there's power and water restored, folks could conceivably live in RVs on their property while they rebuild. But that's going to take a while to get electricity and potable water back up there.
What about kids and schools? How are the kids of the community handling this? Do you know?
Well, my grandchildren are displaced as well, and they're not in school right now. The high school is still standing. One of the elementary schools burned down. Another one is damaged. So I really don't know what the plans are of the school district to start classes again. I don't know if they'll have students up there until there's, like I said, until there's electricity and water. Nobody's going to be up there, so we may have to enroll our children in other schools in the meantime.